Hello everyone and welcome to this pro level tutorial. Today we will explain how I, together with my team, set up our Serpent 750. Go together to find out, come with me. Rear tag white. We use a large caliber to allow us to be more precise than a ruler or a meter. Observe how the caliber should not be pushed against the wells but only leaned against it. Notice how it's done in the midpoint of the razor to get even more precise measurement. Same thing happens for the front track, where you can notice, even better in detail, that you have to rest and not push, forcing safety. Let's now go to another interesting part of our setup, the droop and adjustment of the anti-roll bars through a digital tool that many of you have asked me to work with. Let's find out together.
Taking off quick, too fast, on my tippy toes, undefeatable, no L, still 6-0, run around town, profile mentality. Value on 10-6, racing under me, do acting like we ain't what I wanna be, got me tickle, trying to act so selfishly, pocket full of green, stacked up like a pot of peas, big boy dog, walking around with a lot of taste, so quick.
Not well where the platform of our setup are positioned. This is good for having a solid support and precise precision without oscillation of our AC car.
Ladies love my speed, quick to run up trees, who you sing like me, nobody, stand in my lane.
First thing, we make sure that our rear arms move fluidly up and down. Secure the rear anti-roll bar to measure the droop. Place a small self-built metal plate where we will have to place our mysterious instrument, which is nothing more than a lever magnetic. This lever allows us to verify if the car is straight or parallel to the plane that we are observing well, to have the same sides on both sides. Let's now check the droop, making sure that there is no air between the barrel and the measuring instrument. Let's do it both left and right so that the measurement is not approximated simply by pushing them down, you see. We remove our magnetic lever, reassemble the bar and go to check that it works homogeneously both on the right and on left.
Just like Nipsey the Great, spin dash to the safe, do the dash like.
Positioning the instrument of the left, we visually check when the right suspension is going to move. At the first movement, we stop and numerically check what has been adjusted. The same thing happens to happen on the other side. If it does not happen, the bar is not working. Contrary, it will be necessary to adjust it through the special grains by screwing and or unscrewing on both sides until the optimal adjustment is found. We reassemble all the debris to the rear and move to the front. Same procedure, we unscrew the bar, in this case we move the shock absorbers for not any friction on average, we check that the arms ladder free on the pins. Let's move on the right sides and balancing on the car. This phase is very personal. I personally use 4 no-conical tires in the same diameter with 56 mm diameter. Let's start with the measurement of the rear and front. Take a good look at the points we have chosen because they are not random. In our opinion, they are the points of least wear on the chassis, which certainly can affect our measurement. Balancing is instead a fundamental phase of everything to work properly. Let's start from the front as the free hexagonal tool to have a greater support surface and position it in the front of the frame. Slightly lift our model car, and when lowering it again, we watch that both wheels touch our surface at the same time. If it doesn't happen, adjust the balance through a crossover system. If the front right wheel touches before the left one, you will have to screw the right rear shock a little at a time and the screw in the same way, no more, no less. The left one or the right one. Repeat the operation until the wheels touch the ground at the same time. We repeat the same operation also on the front. I advise you to carry out the setting by lowering yourself with respect to your reference plane, in order to have a clearer horizontal view of the contact that the wheel will have with your surface, which we have not done here for scenic reasons. Well, finally it's time to assemble our camber to angle measurement tools. Usually this operation asks for the height from the ground, are done with the tank hull fuel in order to have an average parameter between fuel and empty tank. The really important thing is that you always keep the same percent of fuel in the tank every time you make this type of measurement in order not to create extra variables that will compromise the development of your car. Toe and front camber. I advise you to carry out this operation with the radio on, to have all the steering linkage well centered, and to have a more precise measurement both on the right and on the left. When checking the coverage with the appropriate sliding tool, do not force the cursor that blocks the movement. Once you reach the end of the stroke, stop. Otherwise, you will get a staggered and never precise value of your measurement. We repeat the same operation on the back using the same criteria. Bring special tools to adjust the camber in order to not damage the tail rods. Basically, the wheel that is outside for most of the circuit will need more camber angle than the inside, which is different for the toe, which must be the same on both sides. At the end of the adjustment, be sure to keep the bars from the chassis, both right and left, equidistant. Let's take a fixed and very solid reference point to have a precise measurement. We carry out the operation both front and rear. This last measurement our tutorial is end. I hope that I can help you. Stay safe and see you on tracks. Ciao ciao and sorry for my English.